All right.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting all day for this. I know you guys have been waiting all day for this. I've seen your posts, I've gotten messages. It's been amazing, and I'm so excited to see that you guys are just as excited. Rachel and I have been we talk on a weekly, if not daily basis on what we can do to better help and equip our team to get to the level that they want to get at. And so I knew we'd have a few people that were interested in this kind of a mentoring group. I had no idea it was going to be like, people were mad, like, get me on that. So, we really, the thought behind keeping it small was so that we could really connect with you guys and, be able to get to know you and hear your stories and celebrate with you and stuff. So a little bit bigger than we thought. And as you're coming on, by the way, you guys, mute your lines. Rach, you may have to do that on your end.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me lay out kind of the expectation. I know we've done some videos and we've talked about it, but I want to lay out the expectation right out the gate. And I am taking roll, people. I have a list. See? And I'm going to know if you're participating. And here it is. We don't want to be sticklers. We just want to make sure that you guys are fully committed, just like we are to you. I mean, we're taking time away from building our personal businesses, our families, different things, gladly. But so that's why we kind of expect the same out of you. And we're really only going to take 20-30 minutes of your time twice a week for 5 weeks. Very doable. So here's kind of the two requirements. The Zoom's 100% participation. You got to get on there. Now, I get that, kids get sick. I get things happen. Do your very best to be here 100% of the time. If something happens, send Rachel or I a message letting us know, because basically at the end of this week, Saturday, we're going to go through and we're going to just remove people from the group that didn't show up, basically. So the password for this Zoom will change again next week. It'll be the same Zoom number. So this will be your Zoom number, all 10 sessions, and we'll post in that team page the new password, okay? It's not to share with the rest of the team. It's just to stay exclusive to this group, okay? We're also going to put a post. I will load it right after this Zoom on the 10 to the top team page. And that's where the accountability posts will go, okay? And so we'll lay out the call to action tonight. And as you've done your call to action, that's where you're going to post. Now, hear me on this, okay? Just to keep the housekeeping kind of simple and clean. When you post on that call to action accountability post what you've done for that day, you can keep it a running daily thing if you want to. But what I ask is that you just have one comment on that post, which means you'd have to go back when you want to update your comment and just click edit and then edit your information in there, because it's going to be a nightmare for Rachel and I to go through that. And let's say Sherry says, put 2 people in our PRR, make 1 consultant, and then 3 days later she comes in with the same post. There's no way for us to match those up easily, okay? Does that make sense? Shake your head yes. Great. If that doesn't make sense, ask on the team page, what was that? And we'll reiterate that for you. So 1 post per person per accountability week. And we'll put it up every Wednesday night after our Wednesday Zoom for the whole week. Okay? Now, how many of you have already printed, and keep your hands up so I can see. I'm going to scroll through all 3 of these pages really quick. How many of you have printed your executive map or chart already? Keep them up. Page 2, page 3. Okay, so there's some of you that have not. That's okay. What I want you to do is in your team page, whether it's the tribe or Team No Limit or Rising Stars, in the files section, and I believe, Rach, is it in the pinned post as well?
Yes,
it is. It's ours too. Okay. Go find that. And if you cannot find that, put a post on the page saying, where is the executive chart? That's mandatory. You guys need to print that out because it's like a roadmap. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't have directions, you don't know where you're going. And it's so simple. It's basically your associate's name and their 2 associates' name. And we're going to track 5 on the right, 5 on the left so that we can get the ultimate goal achieved going executive. Okay? And the last thing, you guys, the goal is when we back ourselves into this rank of executive, it's 10 people, 10 consultants, okay? Each of those 10 need to have 2 people. So really, if you want to give yourself a benchmark, I know Rachel is the same way. I am such a benchmark person. Like I've already asked Lynn, at what point were you a 5-star? At what point were you, so that I have a benchmark to really work towards. And so I'm going to give you a benchmark tonight. Your benchmark is to help 2 people per week go consultant. Okay. So what that means is for this amount of time, we're going to sprint. Okay. This Isagenix as our income is going to be a marathon, but there are times within the marathon that you got to sprint, like out the gate and in the finish line, right? And so right now you're out the gate. So for the next 5 weeks, it's sprinting. It means getting up a little bit early. It means maybe staying up a little late. It means maybe working on the weekends. It's doing now what you don't normally do, so later you can have this amazing result of executive. And I'm telling you, the paycheck is really nice as an executive, right, Rach?
Oh gosh, it's incredible.
It's like, so just trust us. If you stay focused, we all can do something fast-paced for 5 weeks. I promise you won't die. You've got great nutrition. You've got your Ionic Supreme. You're not going to melt. So race right now for 5 weeks, okay? And then we'll chill, we'll relax a minute, and then we'll keep a marathon consistent pace. And we'll walk you through all that, okay? Does that sound good? Great. And I scroll through all 3 pages to see some heads shaking. This is why we like your cameras on. All right, Rach, let's take it away. You want to recognize some people?
Yes, well, first I would just want to introduce myself because there's so many faces and so many people that I've not met yet. So my name is Rachel Gershowitz, and I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. And you guys, just like Dana said, we are going to help you get to where you want to be in this 5 weeks, but you have to do the do. So we can get on conference calls, we can get on Zooms, we can read books, we can go to events, we can go to trainings, we can soak it all up. But if we don't put it into action, then we're just not going to be where we want to be, right? So I always say, you know, what separates the people that, you know, if we all have the same compensation plan, we all have the same products, right? We all are from the same company. What separates one person who can get to executive in record speed from another person that can't even get to consultant? What do you guys think that is? It really is what's right between your ears, okay? And then the willingness to take what you learn and put it into play, okay? So tonight, before we begin, I just want to do some recognition. And so we want you out there, we want you waving your arms, okay, so that we can see you, so everybody can see you. Who here has promoted to consultant already? That means you have one on your left and one on your right with 100 BV. Raise your hands, wave them all over the place so we can all see you. Super exciting, congratulations. All right, okay, so who is a manager? Now what that means, in case some of you don't know, it's you plus 2, them plus 2. That means you've helped 2 people find 2 people. Okay, so raise your hands and wave them around if you're a manager. Woohoo! All right, we're super excited to have you here today. Okay, so now, who are our directors out there? Any directors? Yeah, wave your hands around if you're a director. Do you guys know what that means? That means you plus 2, them plus 2 times 3. Okay? Director is an amazing place to be because you get to start, we say, swimming in the pools. And you don't know what that means yet? Don't worry about it. We are going to teach you throughout this series exactly what swimming in the pools means and why you want to get to director ASAP. Okay, so do we have any executives out there? Woo! Raise your hand, executive. Okay, that means you plus 2, them plus 2 times 5. Okay, so you have 5 on your left, 5 on your right, and they all have at least 2 people, right? They have one on their left and one on their right with at least 100 BV. Okay, and we want them to be on auto ship too, so it repeats. Okay, all right, so we're going to teach you how to do that. So we want you to have a pen and a paper handy, and we want you to really soak this in. But I just want to talk to you about belief for a minute. So when you're building your beliefs, so if it's really what's right between your ears, and that's really what we need to work on the most, you have belief in like 4 different areas. You have belief in your company. You have belief in your industry, which is network marketing. Our company is Isagenix. You need to have superior belief in your products and your compensation plan. So you need to be getting the products in your body, and you need to learn the compensation plan. So if you don't feel comfortable with it yet, no worries. We are going to teach you throughout the next 5 weeks everything that you need to know so that you can turn around and sit down and explain it to somebody else, okay? So we are going to work in those areas. Okay, so the whole entire thing is A, C, M, D, E. We want you to say that in your sleep, okay? Everybody repeat right where you are. A, C, M, D, E. Okay, associate, manager, director, executive. Okay, I feel like I missed one. Associate consultant, manager, director, executive. I knew I was missing one, but we are super, super excited. Okay, so today we're going to start with, hold on. Get a drink of water. We are just going to start with kind of going through real people, real results. Because I know maybe a lot of you are brand spanking new, or you've heard that you need to add a certain amount of people, right? How many did we say, Dana? We're going to add 14 people a week to Real People, Real Results?
Yep, 2 a day.
2 a day. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, well, they're telling me to add 2 people a day, but I really don't even know how to add people. And then what do I do once I add them? So we're going to walk through that very quickly today, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. It's very awkward trying to look at you guys in the face and then try and look at the camera so it actually looks like I'm talking to you. Okay, hold on real quick. All right, can y'all see this okay? Okay, so this, shake your head, yes? Okay, and Dana, you can't see all my screensaver in the background, right? Awesome. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is everybody on Lynn Hagedorn's Success, Real People, Real Results. Everybody, if you are not on the Success, Real People, Real Results, this page that you're looking at right now, make sure you friend either Dana or I. Send us a message and tell us to add you, okay? Because it's really important that you're on there because, you know, Lynn Hagedorn, she is our, you know, grand old leader, and you're going to hear from her on Saturday, okay? But we want to make sure that we're plugging in to her team page, which is right here. Now, if you go to the pinned post, and Dana, you have the same pinned post as I do in your team page as well, and so does Lighty, right? Okay,
Yes.
so we actually took the same pinned post and we put it on all the pages, but it is on her. So you're going to want to go through each one of these things, okay? You'll want to make sure that you know, look at the team recordings. What do you do before your box arrives? And when you sign somebody up, this is a great thing that you want to walk them through so they can post and get interest before the products even come in the mail. Okay, but tonight I want to go through the flow chart just to kind of show you what the reason or the madness behind Real People, Real Results really is. It's our Facebook funnel system. And basically, we prospect. We find the people to talk to, and we talk to the people we find. We can do it while we're out and about in public, right? Belly to belly, real people. Or we could do it over here, Facebook prospecting, okay? And that's sending messages and kind of developing relationships through social media. Okay, so when you have those people, you're going to add them to Real People, Real Results. Okay, you're going to create a welcome post. I'm going to walk you through all that in a few minutes. Okay, and then you're going to tag 1 or 2 team members so they can help you add content to that post, because it's great third-party validation when you add people to that, and then all of a sudden they have other people welcoming them as well, and maybe posting a video or their personal results. And so it really gets people excited when it's not just you telling them about our products or our opportunity. Okay, once you welcome them to Real People, Real Results, and they sign up, and now they're on product, whether they want to do the business or whether they're just product users, you add them to Fresh Start, which is kind of like more like the product coaching page. So you'll want to make sure you're on that page as well. If you're not on Fresh Start, same thing, add us as friends, send us a message so we can get you on there, because we want you to be familiar with it. There's recipes, all sorts of cleanse tips, things like that. And then, of course, once they decide that they want to do the business and they go through the U+2, you're then going to add them to the success page that I just showed you a minute ago. Okay? All right. So now there's also a tracking sheet. I love this because as you're adding your 14 people a week, you need to be able to keep track of those people, especially when you're following up. We don't just add people and then never touch base with them again. You really do need to follow up. So you put the prospect's name right here. You're going to go back as soon as that post has been approved, and you're going to add your first. I like to add the first video. I like to go in the comments of the post that I made, welcoming them in, and I like to put my favorite video that I know is going to make them super excited based on what I know about them. Okay, and then you can kind of go through this and check it off as you go through it, because you know what? Do you guys know that the average person doesn't say yes for 4 to 7 exposures, and most of us will give up after touching base with them 1 to 3 times? So do not feel bad if you're following up 4 times and then 5 times and then 6 times. You're going to want to space it out a little bit. If you message them 3 times within 3 days, don't do that. I kind of like doing it after 24 hours and then 2 days later, and then I kind of wait a week, and then I maybe wait 2 weeks. You kind of space it out a little bit, but you definitely want to make sure that you follow up. I have people that I've been following up since the day I started, and they keep going, I'll do it, I'm just not ready. Okay, well, I'm going to be touching base, and I always tell them, I'm going to touch base with you, probably within the next 2 weeks. Is that okay with you? Because then when I do, I don't feel bad because I told them I was going to, and I'm a person of my word, right? Okay, so now let's go to. If you have a child in the background, is it Ashley? Thank you. Okay, let's go to Real People, Real Results, because I just want to show you very quickly how to add people. Okay, do you see right here where it says add members? Okay, when you have somebody that you want to add to Real People, Real Results, you must first be friends with them. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to type their name in. Okay, and then right. So let's say I wanted to add Lair Lightner. I would click on her name, it would add her, and then what I would do is I would come down here, and this is Mitzi. Okay, so Mitzi added Bonnie. Okay, and then she came over here and she created a welcome post. Please help me welcome Bonnie Mitchell to our product information and testimonials page, where we all share our experiences and how this convenient, dense nutrition keeps us from skipping meals and making less healthy choices on the go. So you can write whatever you want to write. What I would do if I were you, and this is what I did, is I really went through Real People, Real Results when I first came on board. And I really paid attention to the verbiage people were using so that I could use the same kind of verbiage. And I actually stole a lot of it, because you know what? You want to be the best. You can be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. And these are the right cats. So kind of read through it, pick out some of the verbiage that works for you. Okay, when you're welcoming your people, you want to kind of say a little bit about them, okay, so to personalize it. But the most important thing is when you're welcoming them, you want to make sure their name highlights. Do you see how it's blue? If I did not add her first, her name would not be blue, which means she would not get a notification drawing her into this page. So that is super, super important. And then once I create the welcome post, like you can see Mitzi tagged me, she tagged Donna, she tagged Donna Celeste. We get a notification on that as well. And that way we can go on and we can see Mitzi was the first person to add the video, okay, just like on the tracking sheet, just like it says to, okay, and then she tagged me, so as soon as I'm done with this Zoom, I'll go and I'll add a nice comment here welcoming her as well, and so will Dana and so will Donna, okay, because that's team, community, and teamwork, okay? So does everybody understand now kind of how Real People, Real Results works as far as adding people and welcoming them? Okay, so the second thing that you want to do on Real People, Real Results, once you get really good at adding people and commenting and then supporting your team members, doing comments for them if they tag you, you want to get really good at adding content, okay? Because the way that the algorithm works in Real People, Real Results, like for me, I started about a little over 5 months ago. I've probably added about 150 people to Real People, Real Results at this point. Okay, so every day, if I go into Real People, Real Results, and I add a content post, meaning not a welcome post, but a post like this, okay? So I might take a photo, you know, maybe this is somebody on my team, she sent it to me, and maybe I want to go ahead and just go, wow, you know, a huge shout out. That's a content post. Or I could do something like, let's find another one. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's keep going. Find another good one. Okay, this is a good one. So she, you know, puts a little bit about the cost comparison, right? And just a nice post that really is going to strike somebody's interest. Like Lynn always says, you want them to stop the scroll. So it has to be interesting enough that when they're scrolling through their phone, every time, as long as they're in Real People, Real Results, and you add a content post, it's going to go through their news feed, okay, as they're scrolling through Facebook. And what's going to make them stop the scroll to see what you put? So you always want to add a photo too. So add a photo, say something great, and get in a habit of doing that once or twice a day. Okay, so you're going to add your people, you're going to tag your teammates, you're going to help support your teammates, and then you're going to add content posts every single day. Really get in that habit. So we don't really do that so much on our public walls. We do it behind the scenes in Real People, Real Results, which is awesome. Dana, is there anything that you want to add to that?
No, I was just actually typing that I haven't been good at this portion. I haven't really used this page much yet. I've put some people in there, but I love the content post because it really does. I see them coming up in my feed for, you know, from the ones, my friends who have posted them in there. Right. And it does bring attention, and it's not being spammy because it's in a group. I love it.
It's in a group. Yeah, it's really a smart way to really promote your business, but not be super obnoxious on your public wall. You know, we don't want to be those salespeople on Facebook where the whole world is seeing. I mean, it's okay to do it. Like, you always want to do a power post on your public wall on Sunday nights. That's always a good time to do that. And you can do your lifestyle posts. But as far as your business and your product posts, you want to do that behind the scenes, and Real People, Real Results is the place to do that because it is a group, and it is still going to go through their news feed. So really get in a habit of doing that. And that's really what we want you to do. We're going to help you build your belief. We have some incredible speakers coming on over the next 5 weeks that we're so excited for you to hear their story and get their tips. But we also want you to develop habits. We call this daily method of operation. Okay, you need to really hone down on at least 6 things that you do every single day for your business, whatever it is that works for you. So while some people can add 10 people a day to Real People, Real Results, and do that 10 people a day every single day, because consistency is so much better than if you were to do 10 today and none for the rest of the week, right? We would rather you do 2 a day every day and be consistent. I want you to think about it like going to the gym. You don't want to go to the gym and work out for 3 hours one day and not go for the rest of the week. You're not going to have the great results. But if you do 1 hour, right, every day or every 2 days, or, you know, as long as you're consistent, you're going to have better results. And I love that Christine's out there going, yes, she's my trainer. So anyway, we want you to develop really, really good habits. So just take notes and really work every day by finding 6 things that work for you, you know, based on what we're teaching you here, and do those things every single day.
Now, Rach, I'm going to pop in here.
Share the screen now.
We got a question about, what about Instagram? We don't really have a funneling system for Instagram at this point.
No.
My suggestion, and then Rach, if you have a different suggestion, great. But my suggestion is to make a connection with them, take them from Instagram and make that connection over to Facebook and send, you know, get that friend request going over there. And then
I would actually, in your Instagram account, I would definitely not stop using Instagram. It's a fabulous tool. You just want to take those people, like Dana said, and you want to drag them over to Real People, Real Results. So what I would do on my Instagram account, my profile, you know, where you have your name, I would say, you know, find me on Facebook. And I would always try and take those people, add them as friends on Facebook, start the conversation in the Facebook Messenger, and then take it over to Real People, Real Results. So just use it as another tool to get people over. Okay, Dana, back to you.
All right. Okay, so here we go. First of all, I had sent some private messages in the chat on people whose names aren't showing up. It's just a phone number. So if you're here, Andrea McFarland, I'm looking for Dana Ross. I'm looking for Jessica Dabney, Jessica Goings, Libby Hunsaker, Martin Diamond. If you guys are here, can you just comment on the chat so I know, so I can mark it down as being here? Okay, thank you, because some of those I can't tell who they are.
I love that you're so organized, Dana. This is awesome.
I'm serious. I'm serious about helping people.
Make my head spin.
Okay, so I found, I was going to say, you can't say I'm here. I still don't know who you are, but that's Jessica. Got you down, girl. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. I want to just kind of close this, you guys. Rachel touched on it. It is about mindset. When I joined this profession 5.5 years ago, you guys, I was losing everything. And I had my mindset on not like it was the only thing for that amount of time that I was thinking about. I was praying through my business and working through my business. I worked like it depended on me, and I prayed like it depended on God. I stayed tunnel vision. I got rid of television. I stayed laser focused. I just sent messages. I streamlined myself. Sometimes we have to take a minute and just kind of get ourselves organized. Use the notes section of your phone. You know, copy and pasting the same message to a lot of people works, as long as it doesn't sound like it's a copy and pasted message, okay? So that's what I did. I set up all my messages, and I kept them very short and simple to draw in the questions. Like when somebody commented on a post, hey, you know, where are you going, or what are you up to? I would go into my private message and I would say, hey, I found this amazing company with a killer comp plan and an incredible product, and the culture is amazing. It's called Isagenix. Have you heard of it? And I've always ended my statement with a question. The last thing they read is a question, so that then they have to answer, no, I've never heard of it. Or, yeah, I have heard of it, but I don't know much about it. And then we open up the conversation with there. I want you to send out more messages and more text messages than you ever have. And I also want you to feel free to tell people, I have a huge goal. I have 5 weeks to get to the top level of my company. I stand to earn a huge bonus, because you do. It's a $1,000 bonus, plus it's $100 for every consultant you create along the way. There's $2,000 waiting for you $2,000. That's what I did. I looked at where the bonuses were. If you're a consultant right now, you have a $250 bonus to grab when you hit manager. You have a $750 bonus to grab for director. You have a $1,000 bonus to hit when you go executive, and $100 for every consultant along the way. What are you waiting for?
And all the PIBs.
And the PIBs. And you're cycling. I mean, you guys, now is the time. Right now is the slowest time in the normal box of this profession, right? Because it's Christmas time. That does not have to be our truth. Rachel and I are seeing orders come in the office, in the back office all the time. Our phones are always dinging. It's not the truth. Don't let that lie sway you. Don't believe that. Don't take a break right now. Now is when to get people to recognize who you are when it comes to January 1st, when they're all making their I want a better body and a bigger bank account resolutions, right? So you're the ISA people. They need to know that, okay? If you miss one bonus, can you get the next one? Absolutely, yes. As long as you're within that time frame, you can get all those bonuses. So here's your action item. I want you to go write it on your mirror, take Post-it notes and put it on your dashboard, wherever. If you're a mom and you're in the car all the time, or you're you have a job and you've got to commute, put it in your car. I want you to write, I am executive, January 14th, 2017, because that's the last day of this coaching session.
Write it on your bathroom mirror.
Mirror, car, refrigerator. I don't care. Write it, all of the above, okay? The next thing, add 14 people by next Wednesday. Now, when I say 14 people, I should have said at least 14 people. If we have a 5-week goal, then it should be like 28 people, okay? But the minimum is 2 people per day. And what I want you to do when I put that post up here in a few minutes is I want you to put in that post the names. You can just put like Rachel G or Dana L. You don't have to put their whole name, but we want to see their names, 14 of them before the Zoom next Wednesday. So you have from now until next Wednesday to get that done, okay? And then 10 new connections on Facebook. So if you're dragging them over from Instagram, you could do that almost tomorrow, right? You could do that really fast, okay? So those are your action items. Showing up on Zoom, we will see you on Saturday, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then comment on those posts, mandatory. So you saw how organized I am, right? I'm organized.
I'm organized.
I'll come out and give you a second check when I see your post on that accountability post. And the whole point is that I want you, if you end up walking away from this meeting right now and you go, okay, I'll get to it. And then by Tuesday, you're like, oh crap, if I don't put my names down on that accountability post, then I'm kicked out of the group. Yes. So it's accountability. It's not to do it to you. It's to do it with you, you guys. Let's do this. Rachel and I are available. We're going to root you on. And
we want you to message us. Message us with your questions. If you're going to have good days. You're going to have not so good days. Okay, but we want you to just press through it. Press through it. Don't let your highs get too high. Don't let your lows get too low. And just know it's part of the game. You're going to have days where maybe you sign up 3 people and you're going to have maybe a week where you can't land anybody. Okay, so you just need to keep pushing on and focus on the activity, focus on your mindset, focus on plugging in, and focus on showing up. And you will be absolutely amazed because it's really just one step in front of the other, or one brick and then another brick and then another brick and then another brick. And next thing you know, you almost have a house. Okay, you guys are going to get there and it's going to be super excited. And the first step was that you guys opted in. And we are just so excited for you, and we're so excited to go along this journey with you. And you are going to be blown away by some of the speakers that we have lined up. I am so super excited about it.
Me too.
All right.
Me too. This is going to be great.
It is. Okay, so 36 minutes, not so bad, right? We said half an hour, we're over, but it's all good. So wave your hands if you're super excited. We want to see you guys out there. Woo! All right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Dana, do you have any closing statements?
I don't think so. I was just quickly going through the post to make sure that I got everybody checked in. I think we're good, you guys. I'm so excited.
All righty. Okay, wait, somebody just asked a question.
Okay, let's see.
Does it count when somebody adds 14 in a day? No, that's totally fine. If you want to knock out 14 in a day, go for it. But if I were you, I would be consistent. So if you can do 14 a day, do 14 tomorrow, 14 the next day, 14 the next day, or pace yourself a little bit better and maybe do 5, 5, 5, 5. Because remember, you're going to pick 6 different things that you're going to do consistently every single day. You're going to call that your 6 list, okay? And you're going to do that consistently every single day. So it's going to be posting your content, welcoming your people, you know, sending your messages, you know, all those things are going to go into your 6 list. So figure that out. I think that's definitely some good homework to do tonight or tomorrow. On top of what Dana said, is come up with your list of things to do, your daily method of operation, so you always have that list and you're doing it every single day. That will really help you stay on track.
Yeah, you guys, if whoever gets to executive,
Why you're freezing.
that are what they're doing, she is successful. The other cool thing is if you hit it on the last day, we're going to be at NYKO, you guys. I mean, what an awesome time to celebrate going executive. So like right now is just, I'm so excited about this. There is no reason why any of you can't do this. And when we say 14 a week, that's just a guideline, you guys. If you're building, though your life depended on it, like your oldest child is dying, and if you don't get to executive by the deadline for this group, they're going to die. Of course you're going to get there, right? That's the mentality I want you to work with. Like, now is the time. I have to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about mindset. It's all you're going to think about for the next 5 weeks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you Saturday morning.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah. Who is that?
I'm sorry, it's Jennifer. I am having a really hard time trying to find something to type onto, so I'm just going to ask you. The accountability post, where does that go?
I'm going to post that. It's a little graphic that I'm going to post it in the 10 to the top group page. I'm going to post that in here right as soon as we hang up. That's where you'll put your accountability. That's where you're going to put the names of the people that you have added to RPRR and that you have connected with on Facebook.
Okay,
so
perfect.
That's the accountability post for this week, and then next Wednesday, Dana's going to put a different graphic up for week 2.
They're different colors and they're dated, so you'll see. It'll be pretty self-explanatory.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Thank you.